Hey guys, young Psychonaut here, back at it again with another video. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I know I've been uploading a lot recently. I guess I'm kind of like stuck at home with my knee surgery and everything, which is going great by the way. My stitches just got taken out today, so that's good news, and the doctor said it was looking fine, so that's pretty good. But yeah, I have another tier list video for you guys. You know, welcome to the tier list farm, I guess, but I guess you guys really like them, and I also like doing them. So it really gives me like an opportunity to talk about different substances in light of different properties. Today, as you can see from the title, we're going to do a taste tier list of drugs. So these are all the drugs that I've tried and I've tasted, and I'll rank them based on how they taste. Now, don't be thrown off by the coloring. So I just kept the coloring the same way as a normal tier list would. This time I added my own words instead of the categories here. So the first category is like, it actually tastes good. Then we have a neutral or no taste. Then it's okay, pretty bad, total ass, and horrendous. And obviously green for horrendous is a little bit weird, but I just thought that I'd keep the coloring the same to not make it even more strange, I guess. So we'll just get going. So I guess, first of all, let's get some things out of the way. So for example, DXM. I love DXM, but it's so terrible. It's so fucking terrible to taste. That's also probably why the liquid formulation, so the syrups with DXM in it, are pretty bad when you drink them, because it's just one of the most horrendous tasting substances to me personally. I have actual capsules of DXM with only DXM in them that I take if I want to take DXM. And obviously those don't taste like anything, but I tried to open one of these capsules and like put it in some water to dissolve it, to like have drink the DXM, and it was the worst. Like I almost vomited instantly. It was so fucking bad. It's like such a deeply chemical, but also very like overwhelming taste. Yeah, it's terrible. Absolutely horrendous. Definitely, I would avoid trying to even drink DXM formulations with like just liquid formulations. Personally, I only take capsules of DXM. It's not even gel capsules, it's just hard capsules. So that is honestly the best kind of product you can get for DXM because of the taste. So, okay, so 2CB, it's actually okay. Honestly, it's kind of okay. I dissolve my 2CB pills always in water, and when I drink it, it just tastes like pill filler. There's no very overwhelming taste to the 2CB being dissolved in the water itself. I tried 2CB to snort it, and honestly, I don't really feel a lot from the drip. Like, it doesn't really have a specific taste to it. It's not neutral, definitely not neutral, but it's very, very mild. I would say definitely the okay category, because it's not even that bad. Okay, so for me personally, I know a lot of people like alcohol because of the other ingredients than ethanol that's in there, like beer and whatever like strong drink you can get. Obviously, people like that for the flavor of that, but I cannot drink any kind of alcohol without tasting the ethanol. Like, for me personally, total ass. Like, ethanol for me just tastes like cleaning agent, which it is. But I mean, yeah, that's basically like when I smell a bottle of spiritus, that's literally what I taste when I drink alcohol. Even beer, even wine, it's for me so overwhelmingly like tastes like ethanol. It's terrible. I hate it. It's total ass. Obviously, I'm not talking about the fact that you can add flavorings or like have different flavors of beer. That could be nice. I can understand that. But like when we talk about only the substance itself, like if you drink pure ethanol, like a pure 70% whiskey shot or some shit, or absinthe, it tastes absolutely ass. Total ass. Maybe even horrendous. But I would say DXM tastes worse than alcohol, probably. Okay, so this one is really interesting. It's Benzos, and for me personally, the benzo that I used the most was Atizolam, which is a research chemical benzo. I also used a lot of K-pins, so clonazepam, and a bunch of Xanax, so alprazolam, and all of them, we got them in pellet form, and we just chewed the pellets. So and there was basically no taste. It was like very, very, very slightly minty, as if you would like add 1% of the mint flavor of a mint to it, but like literally just like 1%, basically nothing. So we just like chew them and just swallow them, and it was basically no taste at all. I don't know how other benzos stack up to this. Like, I haven't tried very new benzos like parazolam or bromazolam or some shit. I haven't tried those, but I think those will probably also have a very similar taste profile. Okay, so caffeine, and I'm talking about not a coffee, I'm talking about like pure caffeine powder or caffeine pills. It's pretty bad. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's not pleasant to eat, and it definitely has more of a flavor than 2CB. It's like a little bit bitter. It's just a little bitter, I guess. So yeah, pretty bad. Not that bad though. So it's okay. Okay, so MDMA, horrendous. Fucking hate how MDMA tastes. Even like the slightest little MDMA powder that's left on your scale can fuck up the taste of other substances. Like, it's just like DXM. It's so chemical. It's so like, it has this very weird like acidy taste to it, and no, I hate it. Absolutely horrendous when it comes to taste. It's really bad. Okay, so I think shrooms will be, for me, I think it's in the okay category. Maybe pretty bad. No, I would say, no, I would actually say pretty bad. Because when you compare it to 2CB, it definitely is more off-putting. Like, it's more off-putting. It takes me at least like 10 minutes to 15 minutes to eat like 2 or 3 grams of shrooms. I just like nibble small bites and drink it with some tea or some water, because you really need some milk or some tea or something to like get that taste out of your mouth. But it is very natural tasting. It doesn't really have that chemical kind of acidy taste to it. So that's why I would put it in pretty bad. Okay, ketamine, 2-FDCK. I'm just gonna be blunt with you guys. I fucking hate the drip of ketamine and 2-FDCK. It's really funny. Okay, I'm not gonna put it in horrendous. I'm gonna put it in total ass. But the reason is that if you, for example, take 2-FDCK orally and you put some 2-FDCK in some water and you drink it, it's not that bad. It's pretty bad, but it's not that bad. But if you snort it and the drip comes down your throat, that for me personally is where I think ketamine and 2-FDCK just taste so fucking horrendous. Especially, honestly, I think 2-FDCK tastes worse when you snort it than ketamine, in my opinion. Like, 2-FDCK has even more of this like DXM and MDMA, this like acidy chemical sensation to it. It's not a burning sensation, it's just very unpleasant. That's why I choose to only take 2-FDCK basically orally. And ketamine, I mean, I don't really do it that much. And when we have ketamine, I do mostly like sub 100 milligram lines and doses. And even then, it's like I'm not like snorting a full line. I'm just taking a little hit every 30 seconds or something, because I just don't like the drip of ketamine. It's like the main reason why I don't like snorting it. Because I don't mind snorting. That's fine. But the fact that it's just like dripping down for like 30 minutes, that really gets me. And then you can't really eat properly, and like there's all kinds of things that just like I just want to have a chill time and not worry about those kinds of things. So for HOMET, I'm gonna be very honest. I put it in a list because I tried it, but I do not really remember it having a taste. No, actually, I think we took pellets. Yeah, I think we had pellets. I remember it having no very specific taste, so I would just say no taste, neutral. I don't know, maybe you guys have other experience or like put it directly on your tongue or something, but I guess it should have no taste when you think about it. Because, for example, acid also has no taste, or like basically no taste. And if you have acid and it tastes like it is acidic or like it tastes bitter, you should spit it. I think that's even a saying. Like, if it's bitter, it's a spitter. Because these kind of compounds, these psychedelics, should not have a very strong taste, I think. Yeah, I remember acid also just putting it under my tongue and not really having any kind of, or like a very neutral type taste. Okay, poppers, I hate it. It's not horrendous. Like the actual flavor, like the taste of it when you smell it, it's pretty bad. Maybe even total ass, but I would say it's pretty bad when it comes to purely the taste. I don't think it's that bad, but it's pretty bad. I just hate the effects of poppers. So I just get really dizzy, really lightheaded. My erection instantly goes away. So yeah, that's kind of the opposite for what you would want to use it for. But like when I would purely quantify the smell of it, like the taste of it, it's basically the same thing. I would say pretty bad. Then we have some of these substances that are actually, okay, tobacco, you know what it is about tobacco? Obviously, I'm against smoking. I've smoked for 1.5 years really heavily, and then I stopped about 4 years ago. So I know what it feels like to be a heavy smoker. But the thing with tobacco is it actually tastes pretty good. Yeah, I'm sorry, it just does. Even smelling tobacco, like I kind of like the smell of tobacco. It has like this earthy, a little bit like similar to chocolate, I would say. It has this very much this like earthy, a little bit bitter notes, a little bit woody notes. And obviously I haven't tried or smoked tobacco in 4 years, but I really strongly remember me really liking the taste. When a friend of mine smokes a cigarette, honestly, the smoke itself is not that great, but just smelling the cigarette before he lights it, it's pretty good. I really like it, actually. Obviously, I haven't eaten tobacco, but when I say taste, I also kind of do mean smell, because I think 70-80% of your taste is mediated by your nose and by your smelling receptors. So that's also why if you have a cold, your taste will be influenced, because you can't like get a lot of the molecules up to your nose. But yeah, tobacco is like literally almost the only one that I think that actually tastes pretty good. Okay, so Ritalin, I would say it has basically no taste. I tried to remember, because I think I snorted Ritalin a few times, and I tried to remember the drip, but honestly I can't really remember anything, so that must mean that it's not really that bad, or like has a very strong flavor. Also, if you just take the pills on its own, obviously it doesn't really have a very strong flavor. Same with amphetamines. Like the only amphetamine that I tried was dexamphetamine, or like I guess Ritalin is also amphetamine, but like more standard amphetamine, dexamphetamine, and I don't think it really had a strong taste. So I'm just gonna put it in neutral, no taste. Nitrous oxide actually tastes pretty good. It's kind of sweet. Like it has a little bit of this. Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit sweet. I never disliked the taste of nitrous. It was kind of like, just a very, very, very mild, almost as if you have like powdered sugar dispensed in the air a little bit. Like a very, like as if you would have powdered sugar in your hands and you would clap very hard and it would like go everywhere. Kind of like the smell that you would get from that. That's kind of what nitrous reminds me of a little bit. But yeah, okay, so 3-MMC, I actually don't remember this. It probably has a taste. It probably does. Because I feel like when it comes to these kinds of things, like cathinones and like MDMA and DXM, it probably has a taste. It's probably pretty ass. I think I remember now. I think it kind of has the same feeling as MDMA, but a little bit less. But still, like, it does burn in your nose and it does leave this chemical taste. I think. Maybe correct me on that one, but I think I remember now. I thought it was pretty bad. It was not that bad, but it was pretty bad. Okay, so codeine, I would say it really depends on the formulation. And the drug itself, I would say it's probably doesn't have a very specific taste to it. Yeah, I would say probably tastes actually pretty good. Especially when you look at like the popular codeine formulations like WOC, High Tech, whatever. Those do have some pretty good flavoring. Oh my god, guys. I really forgot to add O-DSMT and weed, so I don't know why I didn't add those, but yeah. So those are also here. Actually, O-DSMT, it's okay. It's okay. It's not that bad. It's between okay and pretty bad. I would say it's, yeah, probably more in the okay category. For example, O-DSMT, I would just get in powder form and put it in water and drink it. And no, actually, now I remember, it is pretty bad. I would definitely need some milk after I drank a glass of O-DSMT water. So yeah, I would put it in the pretty bad category probably. Although it's not as bad as poppers and caffeine. So yeah, never mind. It's going in the okay category. I made up my mind. Okay, and so weed, obviously it tastes. I love weed. It tastes so good to me. I love smelling weed. I love the way the vapor tastes in my mouth. I love even when you bake with weed. I don't mind the weed flavor in edibles at all. I actually think it tastes really good. I know weed can be, for a lot of people, very distasteful when put in edibles, but I don't really mind it at all. Actually, I think it kind of like gives the edible kind of a funny kick to it. So yeah, this was my drug taste tier list. Make sure to correctly interpret the colors. Because green is now the most horrendous. But other than that, I think it will be pretty self-explanatory. Let me know if you agree with this list. Maybe you really like the smell of poppers, for example, or you don't mind the ketamine drip at all. That could definitely be an option. These are obviously only my own perceptions and everything. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.